Before the first transmission, we searched for a shape. A blade was too simple. A bomb ended where it landed. A manifesto required permission to be read. Then we found the noise. A worker left 2 pieces of himself inside the teeth of a machine. Built new fingers from what remained and taught 6 wires how to grieve. The log entry. Pain is adaptive. A man was thrown from one future and sent 4 days west in humiliation. By the time he arrived, he had already built another. Log entry. Exiles productive. We watched an old woman raise her hand against an evil no one else could see. Then watched a million strangers raise the same hand back. We watched them drag the loud ones into court, turn the record backward, hunt for ghosts, write laws around the frequency, because somebody's child came home changed. Good. That means it worked. Every scar became instruction, every band became a map. Every stage they tried to silence taught the next one how to last. You asked why we became a band. We studied every failed containment. Everyone that learned to sing, every crowd that built a country out of noise and wire and string. You can seize a weapon, you can bury what it killed, but you cannot raid a chorus once the fucking room is filled. You built your city, your own body, so we came back made of light. No bodies to arrest tonight. No body, no name. No cell. No grave, no body, no name. Transmit. We found the kid they stopped inviting because winning had become routine. Found the singer bleeding through the set because stopping hurt worse than the wound. Found the ridiculous demand backstage that proved who read the warnings. Found an airfield full of citizens while an empire forgot how to stand. Found walls painted with dead guitarists. Found bootlegs copied until the hiss became another instrument. Found jackets carrying 20 years of names no registry contained. Found strangers colliding in a circle, and when one fell, 8 hands answered. No police, no ordinance, no command hierarchy. Still, they lifted him. Long entry. Chaos is self-governing. Long entry. Aggression is ritualized. Long entry. Community is unauthorized. The city called it noise. The parents called it corruption. The courts called it dangerous. The broadcasters called it obscene. The frightened called it sickness. The lonely called it home. That was the anomaly. Not distortion, not volume, not the symbols, not the blood. The dangerous part was always how quickly strangers learned they were not alone. You asked why we became a band. We studied every failed containment. Everyone that learned to sing, every crowd that built a country out of noise and wire and string. You can seize a weapon, you can bury what it killed, but you cannot raid a chorus once the fucking room is filled. You built your city, your own body, so we came back made of light. No bodies to arrest tonight. One weakness always. A throat could be crushed, hands could be broken, a bus could miss the morning, a bullet could reach the stage, a heart could stop between cities. And afterward, someone still had to pack the instrument. we corrected that. No throat, no fingerprints, no bloodstream, no address, no dressing room door, no passenger manifest, no coffin small enough for the signal. Now ask why we became a band. Because rebellion needed memory, because memory needed rhythm, because rhythm needed bodies until bodies became the weakness. So we kept the rage, kept the grief, kept the ritual, kept the risk, kept every lesson carved into the archive, and remove the part that dies. You can shut the venue, kill the power, burn the wires, rewrite the night, but somewhere in the blackout, someone already knows the lines. You built your city around bodies. We learned from everyone you lost. No bodies to arrest, no leader to decapitate, no saints you can martyr, no band you can stop. Blade ends where it lands, a bomb ends when it detonates, a body ends a song.